Breathe and relax.
Okay.
You breathing and you relaxing. Take a deep breath in and then exhale slowly. Feel your body relax as you do so. Now, this is so calm.
Don't
It
be
feels so
putting me on
calm.
your face.
No, you're not on there. They hear you.
Oh,
Oh, they hear you. But anyways, the waters have risen. The waters have risen. The moon is coming in, so I know it's a high tide. So therefore, I understand that part. But I've been having it on
oh, it's not.
my mind and my heart to say something about this situation, and I'm not fully understanding if I'm even correct about saying what I'm about to say. But yeah, that way I'm gonna say it. Sometimes, you know, we go out our way to be something that we feel like we should be or want to be. And I say that because I'm emphasizing the want to be. Um, and then I have scriptures pop in my head about Jesus and the way he walked around, saying healing people and going to basically city to city or state to state, whatever you want to say, you know what I'm saying? But to my understanding, I'm a coincide this the way I'm gonna do it. So just listen, okay? Um, I haven't traveled much. The furthest I've been was to the Bahamas, and at first I didn't ever get to go as far as out of the Midwest region. I've been to Chicago, I've been to Kansas City, Kansas, I've been to Kansas City, Missouri. I like Kansas City, Missouri. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The first time I went there, I came back home to Evansville, Indiana, and the first thing I was doing was telling everybody I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. Show me state. But I absolutely fell in love with it, and it made me feel like I want to be somewhere else. But I'm in my city, Evansville, Indiana, and I'm proud of that fact that I'm from this city. I'm proud of the fact that I'm from this state. A lot of people be like, "Ain't shit to do here." Let me address this to y'all, okay, so that y'all get understanding for yourselves, not just for those who are around you. Because when you are from another city and you come here, yeah, it's nothing to do here. But then just like your city, you got to get out and do things. You have to interact with where you're at. You can't just sit there and expect it to be something to do. As if, there's something to do. You got to do it. You just got to do like Nike. You just got to do it. You got to do it, okay? But what I'm saying right now is I'm thinking about all the times Jesus walked around a lot of places. And he probably had the mindset like all of us did. You know what I'm saying? I want to go somewhere. I want to do something. I want to be somebody. Well, he didn't really travel far, but yet he made it everywhere. And I don't know if y'all can understand that, but I'm gonna break it down for y'all to understand, just in case y'all ain't even able to even drink milk. Y'all still in the womb. Y'all still in the womb. Y'all ain't even out of the fetus yet. Y'all ain't even begin to even take your first steps. You ain't even begun to um, enjoy life the way it is. See the people enjoying life. Hey, what we sweet 16. Who's 16?
Right here.
Uh-oh.
Girl.
Oh, baby girl is?
Right here.
Oh, okay. Congratulations to you. Yes, indeed. Enjoy your 16th year. Congratulations.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta enjoy life for what it is.
I'm not the road.
Now, like Jesus, he walked a lot of places. Jesus walked It's okay. Jesus walked a lot of places. Now, we're good. Yeah, we're okay. They wouldn't have came right here if they didn't want to. But, you know, he said it. Born and raised, Evansville, Indiana. You did? But Jesus walked a lot of places, and as he walked, he didn't walk too many places as far as going out of too many cities or states. Basically, he was confined like I was, like just in the Midwest. Now, like I said, the furthest I've been was the Bahamas, but at first, I didn't get to go out even the Midwest region. But, we consider the thoughts that we're not going anywhere anytime soon sometimes. And you have in your mind and those expectations that you want to go somewhere, but you feel like you're not going anywhere. I'm going to sum it up real quick for y'all, but then I'm going to get back into it. Even when you feel like you're not going nowhere, you're not doing anything, you're going further than you can imagine. You're going further than you think. I done watched myself put on feli shoes and watch the world put on feli shoes. I done watched myself like champion clothing, and champion clothing is major right now. Like they major. But then I watch myself like certain clothing and certain foods and certain things and like meditation and things like all these things have enhanced around the world. And me being in my thoughts that I'm still in the same city, the same state, or I'm just in the same little region, I have come to the understanding that I feel like I'm not going anywhere. This is before I went to the Bahamas, but I have made it back from the Bahamas, and I'm back in the Midwest, and I'm loving the fact that I'm here. But sometimes when you feel like you're not going anywhere, you're not doing anything, you're not influencing anyone or living your best life, you got to have the understanding that God has you exactly where he wants you to make an impact on the world itself. And that's with the saying of, when I felt like I wasn't doing anything, wasn't being no one, wasn't going nowhere, I have made it so far around the world without even moving too far. If you think about it, Jesus is not only did he travel further than where he traveled when he traveled. Yeah, we know the story. He went to certain islands, or he traveled on the boat and then went to a certain city. For example, the man who had so many demons in him, he released them out of him. Because they called themselves Legion. One who was many in one, but he had to travel there, so taking him from the fact that, he had went somewhere, but he felt like he didn't go anywhere. Jesus didn't feel like he didn't go nowhere, but I'm saying as I read the story, and in the Bible, to me it's like he only stayed in a little bit of a region, a little bit of a place. But if you look at it today, let's bring y'all back to 2020. Let's put your vision right so you can have some correct vision. You can have the best vision there is, and that is 2020 vision, okay? Jesus is everywhere. God is everywhere. Jesus is everywhere. He influenced the world so greatly that if you live in your life without understanding that there was a man named Jesus, let me tell you, there is a man named Jesus who healed the sick and the blind. He helped them see that, life is to be enjoyed and lived. So when you feel like you ain't going nowhere, you're not being anyone, sit still. Understand that he is God. There's a scripture that says, be still and understand that I am God. You know, and that's the truth. Like he's God. He's everywhere. You know, you feel like you're not going anywhere, but you're going somewhere. And even as you listen to this, you're like, man, where is he going with this? I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Because I understand that sometimes you got to stay where you are to go far. You know, you look up in the sky at nighttime, and I'm going to look at the sky right now. You're looking at that sun, but that's a star. That is a star right there. The sun is a star. So when you look up at the star, they say that the light that you're seeing from that star, um, that you're seeing at that moment in time, that star has already shined its light to you maybe 7 minutes before, hours before, but you was meant to see it the way you see it, basically. A lot of high-minded people understood this, like, the big head guy, the one that supposedly made the light bulb, Yeah, y'all know who I'm talking about. I ain't gonna say his name because then people gonna be looking him up all the time. And shout out to him because he was a very great mind. A lot of y'all who got recollection can understand when I say the big head guy with the white hair. Ivan. I'm gonna go ahead and say this name. His name was Einstein, okay? But yeah, he understood a lot about a lot of things with a lot of scientists. But where I'm going with this is Jesus didn't get to go too far, or he didn't go too far. He went far enough, I say that, you know what I'm saying? But he stayed right where he needed to be for God to make sure that his life was the way it was. Shout out to all those who read the Bible or hear the words spoken from the pulpit that God did actually wrap himself in flesh and came down as a man, word fully body. Glad y'all understand that because we are the living word. So please live your life for one. If you don't understand what I'm saying that you are the living word. Don't ever consider suicide because you're taking the pen off the author, writing the story of your life. You're going through some things. I understand you're going through some things. Bills ain't acting right. People ain't acting right. Kids ain't acting right. Family members ain't acting right. Friends ain't acting right. Situations will arise. Shout out to Usher. But you got to be smart about it. You understand what I'm saying? They will arrive, you know. But when you feel like you're not going nowhere, you're absolutely going somewhere. Something just jumped in that water over there. I seen that. That was beautiful. It made a ripple.